All right, let's talk about bovine colostrum. You've probably seen the hype connecting it to weight loss, but what's the actual story behind it all? In this explainer, we're going to cut through the noise and separate the real science from the sales pitch. So let's get right into it. You might have heard colostrum called some pretty incredible things, like liquid gold. And nicknames like that, well, they hint at just how packed with nutrients it is. But let's be honest, they also build up some seriously massive expectations. And that really brings us to the big question we're tackling today. Once you get past all the hype, what role can this stuff really play in helping you manage your weight and, just feel stronger in general? Okay, so first things first, let's make sure we're all on the same page. What is bovine colostrum? It's simply the very first milk a cow produces, right after giving birth, and it is absolutely packed with compounds designed to kickstart a newborn calf's immune system and help with tissue repair. Right, but that's for a calf. So what about for us humans? And that's where we run into the big myth we really need to bust. Is this thing some kind of magic pill for weight loss? It's a claim that, and I get it, raises a whole lot of skepticism. So let's just cut right to the chase and ask the number one question that's probably on your mind. Does taking colostrum directly burn fat off your body? And the short, straight-up answer is no. Colostrum is not a fat burner. It doesn't magically melt away fat cells or anything like that. So if that's the only thing you're hoping for, this isn't it.
But wait, that's actually where the real story begins. And honestly, it's a way more interesting one. Colostrum's effects are much more subtle and more foundational than just simple fat burning.
Now, before we get into all the benefits, let's tackle the flip side of that coin. If it's a milk product, is it actually going to cause you to gain unwanted weight? That's a fair question. So here's the deal. Colostrum does not cause fat gain. In fact, while some people might see a tiny little increase on the scale, studies suggest this is actually from an increase in lean muscle mass, which, as you probably know, is a fantastic thing for your overall metabolism. Okay, so if it's not a fat burner, then what is it? I want you to think of colostrum as an indirect engine. It's not doing the heavy lifting for your body, but it helps tune up the systems that are absolutely critical for weight management. And guess what? It all starts in your gut. So how does it actually work? Well, research is showing that colostrum helps strengthen the lining of your gut. This helps reduce something often called leaky gut, which in turn helps lower inflammation all over your body. And that little three-step process, that's the real key. And why does that matter so much? Well, because a healthy, well-sealed gut is absolutely critical for a healthy metabolism. It lets your body absorb all the good nutrients from your food way more effectively, and it helps prevent that chronic inflammation that can make losing weight feel next to impossible. This foundation in gut health naturally leads us to the second major benefit, performance and recovery. Because we all know, managing your weight isn't just about what you eat, it's also about staying active and consistent. So studies on all kinds of athletes, we're talking cyclists, soccer players, you name it, have found some really compelling results. Taking colostrum seemed to boost their immunity, which meant less downtime from being sick. It also showed improvements in their anaerobic performance, and this is a big one. It helped enhance muscle recovery after really tough workouts. And here's why that's such a game changer. Better, faster recovery means you can train more consistently. And anyone who's ever been on a fitness journey knows that consistency, well, it's everything. This is how colostrum can help keep you in the game, day after day. Okay, let's bring all this science back down to earth. What does this all mean for you? What can you actually expect if you decide to try it? Let's talk about it in the context of your overall wellness toolkit. So, just talking to people who use it, what do they usually report first? A few key things pop up again and again. Improved digestion and less bloating, which totally makes sense given what it does for the gut. They also frequently notice better energy levels and that quicker workout recovery we just talked about. So what about dosage? If you're looking at general health support, a typical daily dose is usually somewhere in the range of 500 milligrams to about 2 grams. Now, yeah, higher doses are sometimes used for sports research, but this is a really common starting point for most people. Now, this is a super important point. Like with any new supplement, it is absolutely essential that you talk to your doctor first. This is especially true if you have any allergies to dairy products, so please, seriously, be sure to consult a professional before you start. And this quote really captures the perfect mindset. Colostrum isn't the single magic solution. It's just one tool that you can add to your bigger wellness toolkit. So let's be crystal clear on the final takeaway here. Colostrum supports the foundations. It doesn't replace them. It works with good nutrition, regular exercise, and solid recovery, helping make those core pillars of your health even stronger. So we'll end with a question for you to think about. No, it's not a magic pill, but by supporting your gut, your immunity, and your recovery, it might just offer a unique kind of foundational support. So, is this the missing piece that could help make your whole wellness journey more resilient and sustainable? That's definitely something we're thinking about.